Alright guys, the new Ferrari Daytona SP3 Grand Prix has just begun, and today I will be having a quick look at the car as well as its performance to see if it's actually worth of investing a few tokens in it or if it's just another car you should unlock, but without going any further. So let's get into it. Okay, but before starting with anything, I would like to remind you all guys that this Tuesday, 26th of March 2024, Gameloft will make an extremely important announcement about the future of Asphalt 9, and I will react to it on a live stream. So if you don't want to miss it, make sure to click on the link at this video description or in the first comment in order to turn on the notifications about that specific live stream, where I'm sure you all guys will be extremely interested to look at. I already have a really basic idea of some of the stuff, but as you guys may understand, I can't say anything until the announcement is made, so that's why I will be making the live stream, so we can check it out at the very exact moment it appears. But now let's get back to the main topic. The Ferrari Daytona SP3, a completely different design never seen before on any Ferrari car. One of the most interesting rare parts I have ever seen, and with a quite interesting colors palette, which doesn't erase the fact that, yes, once again, it's not possible to change the color of these car rims. For real guys, I can't even understand what's the point of doing this, because it's clear that Ferrari doesn't want their cars to be customized by the owners in real life, but come on guys, I mean, it's a game. They should allow us to match the rims color with the rest of the entire car. Anyways, it is what it is. I mean, there is nothing we can do about it. The Ferrari Daytona SP3, as we could see during the current update patch notes, is at this exact moment the highest ranked C-Class car. But as we learned from the past, a high rank doesn't translate to an equally high or good performance, at least in a few cases. For example, looking at the Elite C-Class event, where the Daytona will end up being, we have the Ferrari 296 GTB, which has a higher rank that doesn't exactly correlate with the performance the car actually has. And I have the feeling that something like that happens with the Daytona SP3 as well, because last week I think it was when one of the best players of the entire game, Knight, which also happens to be an official creator with early access to the new cars, made a comparison between a Gold Max Daytona SP3 without overclock against a Gold Max Arenera Usera 33 without overclock as well. And even though it's been a while since the Arenera is no longer in Elite C-Class, it still managed to win in one track against the Daytona and lost in the second one with an incredibly small margin. All of this while having a rank around 200 points lower. That definitely makes you think, to say at least, about the way rank determines performance within this game. Talking about performance, how does it feel this Daytona? Well, I maxed out mine since I need it at 5 stars in order to get the Utopia Epic Import part from its stage during its special event, but I haven't upgraded my Daytona SP3 for a reason which I will explain in a while. So yeah, I can test my Daytona at 5 stars fully upgraded without basically any epics, so I had to head to the Overclock showcase where we can try a fully maxed out Daytona SP3 with overclock already applied. You know, we don't have a wide variety of tracks this way, but it's useful to me, so let's get into it. The first thing we realize is that once you apply overclock to this car, it has a final rank of over 4200 points, which theoretically should make it as good as most of the A-Class cars, but as I said, rank defines close to nothing regarding performance, at least on this game. So there we go, let's check out how does this Ferrari Daytona SP3 feels on the track. The acceleration doesn't feel bad, even though it's not top tier when we compare it to the Porsche Panamera, which by the way will be the car that Daytona kicked out of the Elite C-Class event once it's fully introduced into the game. The nitro isn't bad, and this is where the Daytona got an advantage against the Arenera during its comparison, but the major flaw this Daytona SP3 has is, with no doubt, the handling, because this car handling is more stiff than I expected, and the drift radius is not as sharp as other C-Class top-notch cars, like for example the Lamborghini Gallardo, the Panamera, or even the McLaren GT. For some reason, both of the Ferrari cars that will join the Elite C-Class event from now on will have problems regarding drift radius, something which is quite weird, considering that other higher Ferrari cars like the Ferrari F8 Tributo or the Ferrari Stradale are known for having great handling as well as sharp drift radius, but I guess that's Ferrari's course in lower classes. The top speed is significantly higher than all the other top C-Class cars, hence why it was compared against the Arenera. The problem is that the Arenera feels in general better to drive, even though it's been a long time since we can't use it anymore on the Elite, where the top 5 highest ranked C-Class cars are featured. I know many of you guys are interested on this car, but honestly I don't see it that big of a deal, especially considering how twisty some sections of the Elite C-Class event are, which will likely put this Daytona SP3 on a struggle against cars like the Gallardo, which has a significantly better handling and drift radius. You know, since this Grand Prix may be a bit more heat up than usual, more people will try to have an advantage spending tokens to start up this car. In case you are planning to, I wouldn't recommend to spend tokens until you are classified and within a group already, so you can check who your rivals are. Also, don't start spending tokens on pack. Check the shop, since right now and through tokens relays, you can get 10 blueprints through a bit better value than getting packs straight away. Maxing out this car should take between 15 and 20,000 tokens depending on your luck. It's not that extremely useful performance-wise, but it's not as useless as a car like the 296 GTB could be, for example. If I didn't have the option to get bundles, I really doubt that I would have taken my Daytona any further than 3 stars, which I think should be enough to get through the Grand Prix, depending on your group. Of course, since who knows what the future may bring and where could you use your tokens on instead of this car. So yeah, in a nutshell, I would recommend you all guys to spend the bare minimum on this car in case you are planning to lock it, because let's remember that just owning this Ferrari Daytona SP3, even if it's just at 1 star, is enough to get a few tokens in the Elite C-Class event, which is the main utility I can think of this car, aside from maybe, you know, some slidestream multiplayer gaming and maybe Clash. My plans about this car will likely head towards getting the decal in tier 1 or 2 and maybe getting some epic import parts, even though I doubt I will be able to gold this one. It all depends on Gameloft really, because if they decide to add some offers featuring epic import parts, it would mean easy gold for me, but who knows, maybe I get absolutely destroyed in tier 1 and I even lose the chance to unlock the Daytona. I mean, everything could happen. But now it's your turn, guys. Which are your thoughts about this brand new Ferrari Daytona SP3? Will you try to log it with the bare minimum, or will you spend tokens to go the safe way? As always, you all are invited to let me know in the comment section, as well as you are invited to drop your massive like and subscribe in order to not to miss anything about Asphalt 9, including the most important announcement like the one I will be reacting to this Tuesday, which might completely reshape the entirety of Asphalt 9 as we know it today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you really soon as usual with much more Asphalt content. Goodbye, guys.